Turns out this guy Clemo founded our department. If not for him, I'd be a photographer. Naturally, with the internships, a high GPA, and the Clemo Award in my arsenal, I was thinking I'd kill it in the real world, but I wasn't quite ready to get a real job. I'd spent so much time working in college. When I was a junior, I took a class called The Italian-American Experience, taught by Sal Permegia. Honestly, I don't remember a thing about the course, but Sal was a very animated speaker, always waving his arms and doling out grand pieces of advice during his lessons. The one thing he said that stuck with me: after you graduate, go do what you always wanted to do. Go to Europe, because when you get that first job, you will be working for the rest of your life. A real pick-me-up. But it had a profound effect on me. My senior year, when I saw an offer on one of the bulletin boards at Adelphi for an all-inclusive month-long trip to Italy after graduation at a cost of $800, I jumped at it. My parents gave it to me as a graduation present and then threw me a party too, where relatives handed me envelopes stuffed with cash to take on my trip. So Italian. It took me years to get someone a real gift for their wedding or graduation, rather than just handing them a wad of cash. These parties were always tough on my mom. She spent a month cleaning and getting ready. You couldn't go near her or offer her any help, just like when she was cooking a holiday dinner. It was real manic behavior. Then when it was over, she would feel blue for days, as if coming down from the event was hard. In this case, it probably didn't help that her baby was graduating from college and heading off to Italy. I saw Perugia, I saw Rome. Halfway through the tour, a few of us decided to ditch the program and travel on our own. We spent a couple of days in Bologna, then we hit Venice, and went on to Switzerland. We stayed in cheap hostels and pensions and partied. The trip was exactly what I wanted it to be, and then it was time to go home. On the plane back, I was thinking about my future. I wasn't arrogant, but I told myself I had more work experience than most kids my age. I had great grades, and while it might be hard to get a great job, I thought I'd be able to land a decent one before the summer was over. I figured I'd hit the beach for a few days and then throw myself into the search. While I was in college, I had bought a cheap, beaten-up Firebird that did exactly what it needed to do: shuttle me from job to job. Before I left for Italy, Frank told me he and Vinny would clean it up for me a little bit while I was away. On the day I got home, the two of them picked me up at the airport, and as we walked out to the curb, Frank headed for this souped-up Firebird. It had a fin and an emblem and fancy seats. When he stopped in front of it, I said to him, "Why are you stopping here? Where's the car?" "You don't recognize it?" he said. "Recognize what? Where's my car?" He tossed me the keys. "This is it. I told you we'd clean it up. Happy graduation." It was the nicest gift anyone got me. Now I had my kick-ass car and nothing but my adult life ahead.
And now more conversation with the Booey.
All right, so I got my buddy Rob on the phone. Rob used to work with me at Record World. Rob, you remember the old days at Record World?
How could I forget? That was some of the best times of our lives.
In the book, I talk about how we were sort of like those people in the movie High Fidelity. We could be sort of jerks to the customers once in a while, couldn't we?
Oh, yeah, we were arrogant. Absolutely. We were all into, like, new wave, punk type of music, and, you know, WLIR was such a popular radio station at the time, and that was like an extension of the radio station working at the record store. So we kind of, like, had a, you know, like, we were cooler than you attitude.
Exactly. We worked with a bunch of characters. Like in the book, I talked about, remember how Ken was always just into the Beatles and only Beatles stuff?
Oh, God, we used to rank on him so much. And he would get so angry if you, like, challenged him on something about the Beatles. It was unbelievable. It really was a bunch of characters.
Yeah, I loved at night. We used to have to fill the wall every night. So when the store closed, you had to replenish the records. And we were such assholes. We would, like, make fun of, you know, we hated, like, Rush, and we hated, like, Def Leppard.
Hated them. We, like I said, at the time, it was like you had to be into, like, cutting edge, like the Clash, the Sex Pistols, bands like that were the type of bands we felt were, like, you know, cutting edge, you know, because we kind of felt like we knew them or discovered them before other people did.
Right. We felt like we were their agents, you know, getting their music out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you remember some of the characters that used to hang around the store? Do you remember the Hanger?
Oh, the Hanger. Yeah, sure. He had those glasses. Oh, God.
The Hanger was a guy this guy used to come into the store every day, and there was something wrong with him, and he just hung around the store the whole day. When I say the whole day, I'm talking about like 8 or 9 hours. And you remember how his mother would call the store looking for him, and we'd put him on the phone?
Oh, yeah. He looked like the guy from Animal House. What was his name? Spaz?
Yeah, the guy with the funny glasses.
Yeah, the guy that leads the marching band into the wall.
Yes, that's the one.
At the end of the movie, that's who he looked like. That's exactly who he looked like. Bob the Hanger.
So, Rob, just out of curiosity, if we were working in the record store together now, what would we be listening to? Like, what would you be listening to?
Oh, God, you mean current stuff?
Yeah.
I guess, believe it or not, I would say I'd probably listen to something like Eminem or something along those lines.
Right. That sounds about right. A little Jay-Z, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit, but I don't know. I like probably something more along those lines.
Would you be listening to Katy Perry?
Probably not. That I would say no.
All right, Rob. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
All right, Garrett. Talk to you soon. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Record World Playlist, circa 1982-83.
Those are my big years at the record store. And when I think of these songs, I just put together a list of songs that just remind me of working at the record store. So in no particular order, Only Time Will Tell by Asian, Every Breath You Take by The Police, Billie Jean by Michael Jackson, Flashdance, What a Feeling by Irene Cara, Down Under by Men at Work, Sweet Dreams Are Made of This by the Eurythmics, Do You Really Want to Hurt Me by Culture Club, Come On Eileen, Dexy's Midnight Runners, Hungry Like the Wolf, Duran Duran. Boy, this is like a who's who of WLIR new wave music from the early 80s. Let's Dance, David Bowie. Oh man, this one always reminds me of the store. Electric Avenue by Eddie Grant. She Blinded Me with Science by Thomas Dolby. Africa by Toto. We sold a lot of those. Der Kommissar by After the Fire. Putting on the Ritz by Taco. I hated that song, but it always makes me think of Record World. The Safety Dance, Men Without Hats. Oh, this was a big one. Mickey by Tony Basil. Rock This Town by the Stray Cats. Our House by Madness. Rock the Casbah by The Clash. Photograph by Def Leppard. Here's one I bet you forgot about. Pass the Dutchie by Musical Youth. Don't You Want Me, The Human League. God, did that song get played to death. Abracadabra by Steve Miller. 8675309 by Tommy Two-Tone. We Got the Beat by the Go-Go's. Caught Up in You by 38 Special. I Ran by A Flock of Seagulls. What a horrible video, by the way. Kids in America by Kim Wilde. Edge of 17 by Stevie Nicks. Sunday Bloody Sunday by U2. Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. God, we sold a shitload of that record. Owner of a Lonely Heart by Yes. Steppin' Out by Joe Jackson. Uptown Girl by Billy Joel. Family Man by Hall & Oates. Come On Feel the Noise by Quiet Riot. Harden My Heart by Quarter Flash. And Burning Down the House by the Talking Heads.